Yo, what's going on, man? It's episode 7, Primo Sports. It's your host, Jake, with my co-host.
You already know who it is. It's your man Lex. Welcome to another episode of Primo Sports, where it's all game, no hype. You know what I mean?
And my man's didn't forget the mic this time, you know what I'm saying? We
I
out
brought the
here.
mics this time,
Brought the
people.
damn mic, you know what I'm saying? So, as far as what's going on in sports, it's really the trades are going insane. People getting signed, people not getting signed, new destinations. You know what I'm saying? So, what's your opinion on what's going on in the league? What really stands out to you as far as the trades that's happened since the last episode?
Um, wow. As far as what stands out,
Yeah,
um, I can't really say. I mean, probably the KD whole Jalen Green situation. That swap probably the most thing that stands out to me the most. But it's all been kind of crazy because it seems like everybody's just making moves or at least trying to. You got a lot of the teams, yeah, like some of these packages when you look at them, they're a little weird. Some of them I probably wouldn't have done, and then others where it's just like, all right, that makes sense because that's exactly what they needed. Like with the Bucks signing Miles Turner, that was a decent pickup for him because then now that fills that slot with them losing Brook Lopez. So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
pretty much they pretty much got the same player except a younger version of Brook Lopez. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Who knows though what they're gonna be doing because this whole Giannis situation and them letting go Dame, which was weird. But for Dame, it kind of plays in his favor because he's still getting bread. You know what I mean?
Still getting
They
the chicken.
they still got to pay him, and then he kind of gets to make a choice on where he wants to go. And whoever signs him possibly gets to sign him for the cheap now.
Right. So, what do you feel? You feel like them waiving him was like not a good move? Like,
I mean, for team success wise, I don't see how that helped them.
right? Yeah.
But at the same time, maybe it was a good move because Dame and Giannis didn't really seem like it was really gelling like that. You know what I mean? It didn't really seem like it worked. Maybe more so on paper than actual seeing it. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
really flow too well. They both were getting their numbers, but I think what also would have might have hurt that is them letting go of their first coach um, before they got Doc.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Cause I mean, remember they were second in the East or something like that when they had Buddy.
And bringing Doc, you know.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I think that could have messed some things up too with with things to be honest. But yeah,
Yeah, the way I see it is like now this is about to make Giannis. He's feeling some type of way because he doesn't understand the moves that are being made right now for real because you're not ever. It's not like you hear Miles Turner being signed to your team and you're excited like you're about to. That doesn't make you a championship team.
right.
Now you're letting go of Dame, so it's like, what are y'all doing? Are y'all saying like we're all set or? Cause I'm trying to win, and I'm in Milwaukee, so motherfuckers ain't coming here anyway. So it's hard to get people to come here. The fact that you got Dame, you know, that was it. It didn't work too well though a lot because of injuries. I feel like they never got to get that like cohesiveness together. One of them was always injured. The other one, one play, one doesn't play, and he's not a defensive guy. He's
Right.
not. He's not a defensive stopper. He's offense. Straight offensive threat.
Right.
Pull from the logo, do all that. But when it comes to winning the chip, you gotta get a little bit more defense. So I feel like they should have just paired. They should have see what's up, wait for him to come back, and then paired him with like a real good 3-and-D type player. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that
Yeah.
could really be on the ball. Like, so from what I was seeing in another trade was like, and I'll say this is probably like the sleeper of like nobody's really talking about it was and can you pull up the airdrop that I sent you? Cause I think it was like the Grizzlies. Oh yeah. Matter of fact, you don't even have to, cause I already know what it is. So the Grizzlies, I think they came up because they signed Caldwell Pope.
Yeah,
and
that was a
and
good pickup
and
for him.
and listen, gave Triple J the extension. Pause. I mean, I don't know if I'm paying him that much, but he do be balling. Ja comes back,
Mm.
and now it's like, cause now you got Desmond Bain out of there. It's really like Ja time. Like it's really.
Oh, he's gonna have to start.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
need now. It's like 30 a game, but now Triple J going crazy. You feel me? And
Mm.
then now you're also got someone like Caldwell Pope who has championship pedigree. You know,
Yeah.
he's that's a good pickup. I'm
Yeah.
thinking
He
like
got one with them, right?
yeah. So like I'm thinking Memphis made moves. You know, Denver made some good moves. Went and got their boy back, got Bruce Brown back, got Michael Porter to fuck up out of there because like why are you this inconsistent? I don't understand. Like
Yeah,
you're mad tall and you're mad inconsistent. This shit
is
just
it
get
just
me
me,
mad.
or
I don't
does it
get it.
seem like every time he gets a ball, he's only looking to shoot?
That's he not really doing
He's
nothing
not
else.
really looking to like move the ball or like make a good play. It looks like every time he gets the ball, he's just putting it up and that's it. He ain't really playing too much defense. It's just give me the ball, I'm putting it up.
Yeah, it's like, bro, you gotta get up out of here with that. I mean, and it looks like I don't know what's going on with Russell Westbrook. I mean, I guess they're keeping him because I haven't seen. I don't know if they waived him or anything
Yeah,
like
like
that. Like,
I don't know if it's like if he re-signed or if he's is he even a free agent right now? I think he is
I
a
think,
free agent.
yeah, I think he might be, but it's like
Right.
that's somebody that look. I understand, like, but I think you gotta just find the perfect role for him. Like, I think there's something there.
All right.
You know, like, hey, come out. We're gonna give you 17 minutes. You feel me? I need 5 assists
Mm-hmm.
and like 6 points, a couple rebounds. I just need the energy plays from you. I think what happens is they like get too caught up in it, and he starts having these like electric plays, and they're like, oh shit, look like old Westbrook. But then it never really transpired to anything. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I
It's
mean,
not consistent.
his plus minus was insane in the fucking playoffs. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's like maybe just shoring up the role a little bit, but he's still a good energy guy, good leader, locker room presence. You know what I'm saying? So that's
That
tough
makes
though.
sense. Yeah,
But
it makes
but I
sense.
like the move getting Bruce Brown back. I like that.
Yeah, I don't think they should
And
ever
getting
let
Michael
him
Porter out of there, cause
I don't feel like they should ever let Bruce Brown walk like that. I mean, I don't remember if he was a free agent or not.
yeah,
But I don't think they should let him walk. I think he was a big piece to why they won that year. And then getting him back, that's actually a nice, good fit for Jokic. Um, because he's obviously played with them before. That brings the championship shit back. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It brings that presence and that energy back into the locker room. Um, and let's see what they do with a coach for next year because I don't know if they're going to continue to roll with the assistant coach that they had play the interim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's just see how it's going to play out from the beginning into the end of the season with coaching because I mean, with the way that the West is looking right now, it's been a big toss up right now. Anybody can take it in the West right now. Everything seems a lot more even
Oh yeah,
than it
especially now
is.
after the moves. The
You know
moves
what I
have been
mean?
made, but
Like so.
but OKC ain't playing either. They doing shit that championship teams need to do. Stop, don't break it up. Well, do what you gotta do to keep it together.
Right.
Jalen Williams gets an extension. SGA gets an extension.
Right.
The men them getting about $70 million a year, $70+ million a year, earned obviously championship,
Right.
Finals MVP.
Right.
You know what I mean? Scoring title, MVP. So that's the moves you gotta do. Sometimes the best move is no moves. Just pay who you got already.
Right.
You already have that. Other people, don't worry about other people getting quote unquote better. You never know how anything is gonna mesh, but you know how you guys are meshing. So let's not force it. Of course, there's gonna be people you're gonna have to let go, but you make sure it ain't the key pieces.
Right.
You're not letting go of the way Denver let go of Bruce Brown. You're not doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, could it have been him too? Probably asking for too much, because then you have to compromise Two, as a player,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to win, or do you trying to get the bag now? Do you feel like, okay, I got the bag now, I just want to get, I mean, now I got the ring, let me just go get the bag.
Right. There's a lot of things like that come into play with that. Like you were saying, like, are you just trying to get the bag? If you're trying to get the chip, you know, if you're trying to get a chip, then I think you're more willing to negotiate. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because at the same time, you do have to think about like this is their job, and just like us, how we have jobs. If there is an opportunity out there, something
hey,
that is paying you a little bit more, you're gonna test those waters,
gotta do what you gotta
and you're
do.
gonna make sure that obviously he left on good terms, so now he's able to come back. They know the
Yep.
type of guy that he is. They had to love him in the locker room. I mean, you never heard anything bad about him. He was always a good
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
He ain't not from nothing, but he from Dorchester, so holla.
There you go. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, them getting him back was good. I the Turner pickup for the Bucks, I do think it was a good pickup, all in all, because
Yeah, it was a decent pickup. It's just not.
it's
You're
not
not.
what Giannis wants. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it's not going to
exactly.
be championship contending, but it is a replacement piece that is a good replacement piece.
Yeah, yeah. For Brooke Lopez for sure.
Right, and
You got a little bit better. You got a little bit better,
right.
but you
And I
let go of
don't
Dame.
one pickup I'm not like ooh about is this Aiton to the Lakers pickup. I don't really see that doing anything to change the direction of where the Lakers are trying to go. I feel like that's a filler.
I mean, technically, don't know if Bron signed him back either. So
Right,
there's no.
right,
He opted.
right,
He opted into somebody. Nothing was.
right.
Nothing was that he's going back to the Lakers yet.
And not for
So
nothing, they also just Jeannie Buss just sold her shit too,
yeah,
similar to like the Celtics situation.
yeah,
So where it's like how much money one is he gonna be asking for? You know what I mean? If he plans to resign or something like that.
yeah.
And two, does the team have the money and the assets to be able to accommodate that? Because they do too still have Luka that they just got.
Right.
They're just selling the team. So when you're just like just like with the Celtics right now, where we had to make this big, and let some players go just to be able to go underneath that second apron to be able to be good, good financially for
Yeah.
next season. You know what I'm saying? So where do the Lakers stand for right now with how their team is assembled? Who knows? Because I don't see the
I mean, look.
Aiton thing really helping.
They needed size. They needed a center.
Mm-hmm.
So you got that.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get a premium center. In my opinion, he's above average. He's an
Right.
above average center,
Right.
which you kind of don't need a superstar center right now, especially because it's built around Luca. Get him the pieces. DeAndre Ayton, man, it's like he was a number one overall pick. He hooped in Phoenix for a little bit. They hooped. They went to the finals.
I think that was like the only good year he really had.
Went to Portland, lackluster. Again, you know, the same thing with the Milwaukee shit. Like nobody's going to Portland either. So you feel me? It's not like anybody's ever going to these markets. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that has a lot to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Look, big markets, small markets. That does play a factor. Like
I think so.
so. You're gonna get more of you're getting more jersey sales, you're getting more
Mm-hmm.
attention to you, all of that. So now that's gonna be on you, DeAndre. You played in Phoenix and Portland, bro.
Now
You
you
about to go to LA. About to go to the Lake Show. This is like, yo, every day they talk, bro. The Lakers are on TV even when they ask. So now you got Luca, all of that, bro. You're gonna be heavily televised. This is gonna be the most televised you've ever been in your career. Most scrutinized, media pressure.
Oh yeah.
So
The pressure.
banner pressure,
Yeah, I was about to say that.
championship pressure.
Just the pressure from the organization.
Oh, and you're a big man in the playing for the Lakers. Shaq,
Kareem.
they about to talk to you. Will even played for them for a little bit. So everybody about to holla at you real quick. Like, yo, what's good? Cause if you doing ass over there, they gonna talk their shit. They gonna talk their shit. Especially Shaq. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna talk his shit. And but like speaking of Shaq though, so recently he brought up something about that, um, saying that small market, big market thing doesn't really matter because of social media, basically telling Giannis to stay put, don't leave. Uh, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like he's got a point or he's wilding for respect?
I feel like he's wilding for respect. Yeah, he's wilding for respect. I do think that big market doesn't matter. The bigger the market, the bigger the pressure, yes. The bigger the scrutiny, but the bigger the success. You know
Yeah, so
what
it
I'm
makes you
saying?
better.
The bigger the success, you know what I mean? Like, um, yeah, it's just everything is just better in a bigger markets. You know what I mean? Everything is just you're more televised. Even if you're a bad team, like you said about the Lakers, the Lakers could be bad, but because they're the Lakers, they're always being on TV. You know what I mean? Yeah, it really does matter because nobody really wants to play in a small market team on a small market. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to play out in the Indiana's. Nobody like in order for somebody to go out there and play like that, then if there's a history behind that organization, you're like a Green Bay or some shit
You
like
gotta have a crazy superstar over there. That's the only reason why Dame even went to Milwaukee, because of who's over there. That's the only way. Like, you're not going there. If let's say boom, if it's somebody that's like a tier under Giannis, that's dumb nice, but it's not Giannis. He's not going over there. You feel me? He's not going to Milwaukee. But it was Giannis, who's a two-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP. Okay, I'll go to Milwaukee. I was already in Portland too, and that's another thing why he went over there. Why he's already used to small market. If Dame would have been in New York, Boston, LA, he would have not went to Milwaukee because he would have been Miami. He would like if he was in Miami, he's not going there because he's already in the big market. He's already used to that. He's not going to Milwaukee, but he was already used to small market shit. So that's why he went there. Who else is gone?
nobody's going over there. Nobody, everybody want to be seen, man. Especially if you're a ball player. So it's like let's say if the Knicks would have offered him a crazy deal, he would have went to the Knicks. You know what I mean? Why? Because nigga, I'm in New York. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he wouldn't have went, it would just been that would have just been like a personal preference thing. Like I just don't want to go to New York for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Living condition, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But to win, you know what I'm saying? And to be seen all the time. If he would have went to like a New York or like an LA, even if he would have just went to the fucking Clippers, just to LA, what he could have done with the Clipper name if they would have just been winning.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, the bigger market is always going to trump with the smaller markets because more eyes are on the bigger markets. Everybody wants to be seen.
Yeah.
Everybody, all lights on you when you're in the big market.
Like, yeah, like social media could still help you on a personal level, still get your bag and all of that. You could still be super marketable, still be in commercials and all that shit, because if you have a crazy social media presence, then you're gonna still be out here. But I'm talking about like to get people to go there.
Right.
To get other players to go there. No player cares if you have 15 million Instagram followers. Not a player is not gonna give a fuck about that.
That's
know what
what
I'm saying?
the team gotta have win multiple chips.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And would it like let's say Indiana would have won like 4 chips. They got like 4 in the last 20 years or something. Now we talking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now we talking because now it's like, hold on, they got 4 in the last 20, so that's like a chip every 5 years. I got a chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to win a chip, and this is a good spot to go to win a chip. And because it's a small market, you never know. Depending on how their cap is, they might be able to bring, give me a little bit more.
To be 100, this is how you know this shit matters. Look at every sport. None of them are the small markets have the most championships. None of them.
That's a good point.
None of them.
That's a good point.
If you go to baseball, New York got the most championships. Boston has a lot. LA is in second. St. Louis, I guess you would say, but St. Louis is actually a fucking. It's in Missouri, so and St. Louis is a super like popular city. So I would say that's maybe like a little bit of an exception, but either way, the top one is New York.
Mm.
If you go to NBA, Boston. If you go to football, it's New England, still Massachusetts. No, it's big market shit. It's just no matter what sport you go to, it's the big markets have the most championships because that's where people want to go play. It's like simple shit. It's really not that hard to understand. You know what I mean? Like motherfuckers beating their head over this shit. The proof is in the pudding. That's it.
Right.
Go to each sport, see who has the most chips. Where are those places at? Are they in Milwaukee? Are they in Cleveland? They're not. They're never.
Yeah, you don't hear people talk about Milwaukee.
Maybe some other shit like a fucking hot dog eating contest or some shit like that. Maybe they got the most chips. Like the fuck.
Even then, it's like the chips are on the coastal side of the map.
Yeah, it's not really.
They're not really in the Midwest unless you're like the Bulls or something like that. But it's like, yeah, all the chips are pretty much on the coast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From New England down to Miami and then California. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we kind of run shit.
That's just what it is, man. So, but I'll say this, man. One trade that I think was really good, and I'm a little mad about it because my team's gonna have to deal with it. Is Lonzo going to Cleveland, bro? I think that was a good ass move for Cleveland because that gives Garland, good up. I mean, a solid backup. The only thing is just injury for him. If he stays healthy, it's a solid backup. That's a real solid backup. Good defense, runs the point, good knows is a true point guard.
Mm-hmm.
His shots are now he shoots good now. You know, and actually it's somebody that I wanted. It is actually somebody that I wanted the Knicks to grab because I thought it would be we kind of would need that somebody that could push up the court real, crazy fast break pass, bro, full court passes.
Great
bringing that shit to New York would have been crazy. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
He's marketable. Has the name, but
I wasn't expecting that whatsoever.
Yeah, it was
when
a
I
great
found
move.
that one out, that was like, oh shoot, that actually that kind of helps out everybody on Cleveland because of the type of player that he is as far as a point guard. Like now, I feel like with Donovan Mitchell, I feel like he might get a little bit more open now because yeah, like imagine having him at the 2 and then Lonzo running the 1. That's kind of crazy right there, bro. Low key.
Yeah, he's gonna create a lot.
And that's what I think what they really needed. They needed somebody who could really create as far as from the point guard position. Like Garland is able to score, but Lonzo's a better creator. You know what I'm saying? And he can get people open a little bit more, and he can still score. So if you still need him to go get like 18 or something like that,
he might get you that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He can get
and
that.
He's excited to come back too.
But just the creativity in his game and the way that he's gonna Donovan Mitchell is gonna be able to play off of that, I think that works perfect.
Him, Mobley.
Because I feel like he's more to the traditional point guard stance, where he's looking to pass first, or to like Garland, where it's more like I'm scoring.
Cleveland's about to be solid.
So that's solid pickup.
They got DeAndre Hunter over there. You know what I'm saying? They got Evan Mobley. They got Jared Allen. It's
Evan Mobley. He's only going up. his
Like he hooping.
trajectory, like he's going up, bro.
He's an all-star last
Yeah.
year.
He's gotten better every year.
I think what happens is just they be just I don't know what be that playoff shit, man. It be
It
getting
gets
to
to
him,
him.
man. It does get to him, and it gets to Donovan. He be type hooping, but then fades away in the big moment, last minutes,
A lot of pressure, man.
and like not for nothing. Win against us a couple years ago, 5 games out of there. Win against the Pacers last year, 5 games. Like you're only winning 1 game in the playoffs. So
Gotta step it up.
you gotta do something about that. And at the end of the day, look, y'all got Lonzo. That's cool. It's a good move. I ain't seen Lonzo in the playoffs before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he could do in there. So now y'all gotta find out because they're gonna obviously be a playoff team next year. The East is, you know, pretty much it's pretty much wide open. Two teams that should be the dominant forces should be the Knicks and Cleveland as far as like they should be the ones to make it to the top. But that's why you play the game because you never know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And you never know who's gonna emerge as a sleeper team. Because Detroit actually got better
I was
too.
gonna say that too.
Detroit actually got better too. So
just off of last year, just going off of the playoffs last year and in the season, you know, Detroit, they showed up last season after this horrible season that they had prior. So last season they did really well, and they're only getting better too. And then you know I still gotta say Orlando as well. I mean I really think the Dame shit really did too much. I mean they might have got better at 3-point shooting, but they're still a tough team.
yeah,
They're still a young tough
yeah,
team. But
coming team.
I could definitely see those being like the top 4 teams. You know, right now. Just you know looking at you know going off of paper and seeing the names and seeing the certain moves that have been made, I could see those being the top 4 teams right now.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
I could see that seeing the top 4 teams, especially now that the since you know your Knicks came up on Mike Brown as the coach. I think that was a solid pickup as a coach. Um, you know, he brings the championship, competitiveness with him. You know, obviously he's 1-2, right? He's 1-2 as a head coach, and I got like what?
No, he got an assistant coach. He got his shit as assistant coach.
All right, yeah, so he got it. So
but he was like up there, like
and
you know what I'm saying?
then to remember what he did with the Kings too.
Yeah, he's
like,
had
he had
good
a
records.
he had a great year with the Kings. So I think that his style of basketball might be a little bit better.
Yeah.
In a sense, for the Knicks offense, maybe Jalen gets off the ball a little bit more. We still gotta see what you guys do too in free agents. Free agency because that's still going on. You know, moves can be made at any given time. There's a lot of talks going on. So, but right now with that pickup, I think that was a great pickup.
Yeah, we grabbed Jordan Clarkson too.
You know what I mean? That was another good pickup. More scoring, excitement, definitely. You know what I mean? He'll be good off the bench. Definitely be like I can see him being like a solid 6 man.
I think he could possibly be 6 man of the year. To be honest, he has the potential to do it with the Knicks because Mike Brown is a very offensive minded coach. A lot of his offensive have been offensive ratings have been top 5 and a lot of teams that he's been on. So I feel like with the Knicks, you know, got Jordan Clarkson, which we needed that scoring. We needed somebody that could create off of the bench, which is something that we were missing in the playoffs because we didn't have nobody that could really go ahead and get their own bucket. And Clarkson is a certified bucket. Averaged about 18 with the Jazz. I think he could really just come through and he could elevate us to where we need to go. Because now when we sub him, we sub him in. We don't gotta worry about that drop off too much. Now I'm not saying we're not gonna. I don't want to run the offense through him. Okay, what I need is McBride to be the starter, and I need Hart coming off the bench. Okay, so I need Hart. I need a Hart and Clarkson combo. Okay, Hart running up the court, Clarkson running off the off ball screens.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? and Hart not forcing it, trying to run a little bit more point guard. I actually need him to get a little bit more on his point guard back because he has the potential for it. The only problem is he likes to fuck around and jump in the air a lot and get caught in the air. Like I hate motherfuckers that do that shit. A lot of players do that.
That jump pass shit.
That jump pass shit, it could work and it could kill you at the same time. You gotta be on point with that. You cannot. So just slow down a little bit. Maybe you learn a little bit. Learn a little bit more point guard. Get a little bit more point guard experience, and that can help us in the playoffs. Cause now you ain't got to worry about too much. Cause you already run down the court. It's very much a get down the court, blitzing, going to the rack, finishing. But now you got somebody you can kick the ball out to, but you got to be in control. You know. And I think Clarkson was a good pickup. Mike Brown, I like it. I wanted Mark Jackson, but I wasn't really mad about who we got at all because I think Mike Brown, he was even with Cleveland, they was hooping when he was the coach of Cleveland back in the day with LeBron. So
he's a good coach.
He been around, man.
He's a good coach.
I think we needed that, man.
Yeah, so going off of that, like with the scoring with Clarkson, I think it just helps. It's gonna help the Knicks out so much because then it takes a lot of the scoring obligation off of Jalen. You know what I mean? Because like he could still get his numbers when he's on the court or whatever, but then like you said, going to the drop off, now it won't be so much of a drop off. You know what I'm saying? And it's not so much of a rush to get him back on the court if you guys are down, because now you guys got another scorer. Yep. You don't need him to bring up the ball. You know what I mean? Just like a lot of times with Jalen, maybe he shouldn't bring up the ball. You know what I'm saying? If you leave him free, he's able to create more. You know what I'm saying? Get open more, create more, opposed to holding on to the ball because then now you know who's going to end up with the ball even if you ask. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you're reading the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So with Clarkson out there, it's just going to help so much because even if he gives you 20, let's say he gives you a solid 20 off the bench, bro, that's what more can you ask for? You know what I mean?
Just give me 18 to 20, man, and
good 5 assists a game.
Because it's there, the potential to do it is there because of we don't have a bunch of like wild scorers on the bench. Mm-hmm. So the potential to get your numbers are there, and we're gonna run lineups with you and JB as well.
Right.
So it could work, man. And he be squaring up and shit, man. Sometimes we just need motherfuckers to square up too, bro.
Yeah, you could probably do something with him and McBride too, though.
Yeah, I want McBride starting. I'm telling you, I think McBride starting would really be something this year. I really think
that might be the good because it's like when he gets down there in that mid range, bro, he's hard to stop.
Yeah,
he's damn near. He's hitting at least 8 to 10 shots.
Very consistent from the 3 as well. I mean, he's a good shooter.
He can hit that shot.
Yeah, that mini is good.
He gets down there, that little turnaround, bam, he's good. At least 8 out of 10 times he's gonna hit that.
Yeah.
And then if you got Clarkson out there too, you know he'll slash and go to the basket, but he'll also hit shots. He's also gonna hit shots, and all you're gonna need is somebody down there. You got Mitchell Robinson down there for the Bulls. You already know he's a beast as far as like when it comes to offensive putbacks. He's a beast right there. He's gonna get those boards.
Yeah, we signed Yaska Bull from I think I said his name right.
Yeah, because we had him, and then he left.
Okay, so let me know something about him.
We had originally had him. And then we let him go.
But I really don't know nothing about him.
Yeah, no, he went out to France for a little while. He was on the French Olympic team. He balled out.
I remember
That's why the Sixers ended up picking him back up because he was balling in the Olympics.
I remember.
And remember, like we were just too deep, bro. Like we were just too deep to where it's like,
they were like they had us in that game, right? Like they were beating us,
and he was one of the reasons, bro. And he was one of the reasons. So the Sixers picked him up last year.
Yeah.
And he balled out with the Sixers too, coming off the bench. Okay. So now that you guys got him, it's a solid pickup because he's gonna hit a 3. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Good energy, good locker room.
Another big man too.
And he's another big man.
Yeah.
And he's gonna hustle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna need that, but. Yeah, shout out to old boy, man. Like he really worked his way right back into the
That's
league.
what's up, man. I love hearing shit like that,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, no
That
bullshit.
just
He
shows you
worked
don't
his
give
way
up on
right
shit,
back into
man.
the
Yeah.
league, fam.
Just don't give up on shit. You just gotta keep going, man. Every time, man. Just can't give up. The
And
same
it
way
was
we
crazy
do.
because watching him in the Olympics too, I'm like, yo, we had him, bro.
Bro,
We had
now
him.
you saying that, I do remember
And
old
he
boy
was
hooping
balling.
France.
Yeah, he used to always do the little dab joint. Anytime he
Yeah.
scored, he used to run down, he used to do the dab. Yeah.
Nah, that's
Buddy
what's up.
worked his
Okay.
way back. So he said that's a solid role player, yo.
Yeah, cause I think we needed like
Needed
another
more guys.
big man that could do a little bit more scoring. Cause Mitchell don't really got a scoring bag. He's really just a putback kind of dude.
And the bench too was
And
just there was a lot
yeah,
of players on the bench. So it's just like, come on, man, you got to step it up.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
think
We
also
got the
too,
depth. We got the depth now.
I feel
I
like
think.
too with that, it could have been too with the whole Tibbs not trying to put people in, only running with the same nine. So
Right.
a lot of times it's like when you're not on the court, you're not able to get into basketball rhythm. You probably, somebody on the bench could possibly be great, but if he's not getting that constant burn, he's not going to be shit. You're not going to really see what he has because the system that he's currently in is not. They don't need his game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't need his skill set. But if you put him on another team where that system actually can use his skill
So
set,
you saying with now us grabbing Mike Brown, you got somebody that's gonna use the bench. I'm scared of doing
he's
that,
going
right?
to use more of the bench.
Yeah.
He's going to see who his scorers are because remember, he's more of an offensive coach.
Yeah.
So let's just hope he's not like D'Antoni who just played no defense whatsoever.
Right.
But with Mike Brown, he's more of an offensive coach, so now he's gonna utilize more scoring around.
And like even when he got let go from Sacramento, they hoop. They
Bro,
just
they
be losing
ball.
they just lost in the playoffs. But it's like, bro, but he technically like every spot that he like leave from, they actually were like hooping. It's just that what happens is regular season just ain't enough. You gotta get the playoff shit done. But maybe he just didn't have the right team. Hopefully this is the right team.
Yeah,
So
and a lot of times he's just playing more talented teams.
yeah, so the real question is, and this is I'm gonna ask you straight up. I know you're a Celtic fan, but you are my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Would you want to see us win a championship, the Knicks? Bro, cause listen, I'm just saying, cause like, if you really think about it, right? I'm your blood cousin, right? And you wouldn't want to see me happy though. Like, if you really, cause you think like, even when you think about with your friends, right? Your best friends, bro, you never want to see their teams win and be successful. And it's like, bro, but you're actually my friend, and I actually care about your happiness. But I kind of don't when it comes to sports, which is a little fucked because it's like, yo, shouldn't you want me to win, bro? Because you're my fucking.
I understand what you're saying.
Like, shouldn't you want me to win because I'm your friend or your family? But you're like,
It's
nah,
one of those. It's one of those.
I don't want you to talk
And
shit.
if you just so happen to win,
Right.
you got that good shit.
So
You got that good shit. Ain't nothing you can't. Good shit. Respect.
So my all right. So if it's all right. So we're in the finals. Are you going for us? That's really the question. And we're going against the Lakers though.
Oh, come on. You put me in a catch
Yeah.
22.
We're going against the Lakers. It was kind of like, you know what that is? That's when it was the Eagles versus y'all in the Super Bowl. That's how it was. That's how I felt.
Right. This is you know what?
I wish the game would.
I would actually have to be in the situation. I would have cause I don't want to say yeah and then it changes in the situation. I would actually have to be in the situation watching to determine whether to see which way I would go.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that you should want us to. Here's the reason why. Because so when y'all were playing the Eagles, right? I actually was more favored towards y'all because of who the Eagles are in our division.
I see now,
Right, but look,
if
no,
you're
no, no, no,
going
no.
off
But
of
let me
that,
finish. Let me finish though. Also, because, and I'm not saying this on some talking shit. I'm just saying, and then we beat y'all too, right?
mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm cool with them keeping the Eagles from winning one in our division, cause at least we beat them. For y'all, I mean, even though I checked the playoff shit, some old shit, we're like tied in the series, but obviously y'all have a way better shit than us, like, and we're definitely going off of recent years, regular season, all that shit have, kicked our ass. So then it's like, why not let us win because y'all be beating us, you know? That's kind of like
it would be like, see, like,
so like,
if I would have to go off of like in basketball, because there's no real rivalry
and we only got two
in a sense, bro. Like even though like we've played, like there's a rival, right?
Yeah, there's a rival. Yeah.
Played a lot. We're two of the original teams.
Yeah.
So there's that rivalry, but the bigger rivalry will be with the Lakers, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's our that's our arch nemesis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So in that aspect, I probably would have to be like, all right, let's go New York because it's the fucking Lakers, right?
And you don't want them to catch you in banners.
That. So it'll be like
and bro,
okay, you know what? We'll give you that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, if I had to go off of that, then yeah, it would probably be like, nah, you gotta beat the Lakers.
Because I'm gonna be real, bro. If we win one, I'm really all set for the rest of my days. I don't need another one. I don't need another one.
I seen one, I'm good.
I'm with the Knicks, I'm all set, bro. Give me one.
So I'm set.
Don't need another one. And hey, if I have, a son or whatever, and he never get to see that, yo, my fault, bro. I did.
Nah, but like,
my bad.
Honestly, though, like,
I did.
Like being in New York would be like one for the league. Everybody knows like if the Knicks are good, then the league is good.
Yeah,
but
which is why the league is kind of in good hands now, because I think a lot of the good teams that need to be good are good.
Right.
Boston's good.
Right.
LA is
pretty good.
The Knicks are good.
It keeps people watching because once again it goes back to the big markets.
Right. And they got the small market fillers that are balling now. Cause now you got OKC.
OKC, right?
Just got a chip.
Right. Okay.
Milwaukee just got a chip a little bit.
It makes you pay attention.
Denver is a small market team.
It is, right.
So you're kind of getting the parity there.
You're getting a good blend.
But all those places,
you got a pretty good blend.
Right. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the small marketplaces, all of them were built. It wasn't, nobody went there.
Yeah.
So our point of the whole, does the big market shit still matter? Yes. To acquire players, it does. It doesn't really matter to win a chip depending on how your small market is, built. Do you have the key players you get? Nobody thought Jokic was gonna be this. Alright? Nobody thought Luka was gonna be this because with Dallas and all that. Nobody, even Giannis, it was a chance. There was potential. We didn't really know. He was a lengthy ass, skinny motherfucker that had crazy athleticism but couldn't shoot. None of that. Got stronger, developed into that. Nobody went to Milwaukee. Nobody went to Denver to make them win the chip. They got like Aaron Gordon and shit. They didn't get a top player. So as far as like what we're saying about the big market shit mattering, it does matter when it comes to acquiring players.
To attracting that big name.
Now, can you still win as a small market? Of course. But do you think OKC is going to get 18 banners? No. Because what's going to happen is eventually SJ has to retire, right? Mm-hmm. And now you're like, you got to hope that you draft somebody that's going to be good. Because nobody's going to go to Oklahoma. That's the next person.
Because it's not just...
You have to hope that you draft somebody like that.
Come and play with that because it's like just the outside. Like, what kind of like the play? Everybody wants to be entertained. Everybody wants to live in a good spot. So Once again, the big markets always have more of that. So you go to LA, you got Hollywood, you got Los Angeles, and whatever Los Angeles has to offer. You go to New York, you have everything that New York has to offer. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you like in New York, like you can find in New York. You know what I'm saying? You go to Boston, you got some shit, and you're close to New York. You know what I'm saying? You got New England just itself. You love all that fall shit and whatever we got to offer, we got that. Best seafood, all that shit.
And you got all that coastal shit
You know what I'm
too. So
saying?
you
Right.
got all that.
All like that's why I say like all the coastal shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have more culture on the coastal, markets. You
Yeah.
go to Miami, you got the Cubans there, you got the Haitians, you Spanish, Puerto Ricans, all this other stuff. People love that. You know what I'm saying? People want to be around what they haven't seen before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then especially like a city like Miami, you're like, oh, wow, look at this. You know what I'm saying? Like the water beautiful, women beautiful. I mean, come on, it's where the stars are at. You know what I'm saying? Crazy strip clubs, all that.
Yep.
People want to be there. That's what people want to be around. They want to be around where the looks and the glamour and where the fun is.
Again, we're not saying that you can't win a chip. But if you look at any chip that has been won by a small market team, those teams have been grown organically. They're not built through free agency or anything like that. Like how big market teams will be. That's the difference. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like, so you said something about Miami, which sparked something in my head that I have to bring that I gotta bring up. You know what I'm saying? So a person that played for Miami and somebody that we bring up a lot because that's our dog. You feel me? Michael Beasley.
Mm-hmm.
He had a statement, and we're gonna run that clip on here.
If he ain't feel like shooting, Patty Mills was in the fucking
They were
corner.
moving that ball.
Like, bro, they was moving that
Yeah,
ball.
I remember that.
Damn, that was the last.
I
that was
remember
the.
I was sitting in the bench. I was sitting in the suit watching this shit. Like, bro. And then, Shadi and Shane Bailey, they was old. And I was just young. I was just ready to go.
And just saying, duh, y'all don't be thinking about this shit. You swear that Kawhi Leonard, he got the Finals MVP. They had Timmy, they had Tony, they had Mondo. Yo, who they didn't say they had? Like,
Bro, they ain't mentioned no Boris Diaw. No Boris Diaw. And he was the difference maker.
Beasley mentioned it.
He was the
one that
difference
mentioned
maker.
it. We've been mentioning it since the damn chip happened.
Yo, Finn, like, do you not know what he was doing?
Fundamentals,
Bro, just straight fundamental ball.
And
IQ. You
what's
gotta think the game.
The meme.
You think the game. And that's what my man was doing. He'll get you in the post. Boop, boop, hit you with the boop, behind the back. Nah, because I seen you cutting to the basket. I seen you cutting, so I hit you with the behind the back.
Bounce pass.
Do this. And he would, intercepted that and, took off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there's a guard on me. I'm going to go in the post and do a post move. I'm not going to shoot it. I'm smart. Oh, now when I'm backing you down, your mans came to double. Tony's cutting to the lane.
Bounce pass.
So don't sleep on Boris Diaw, man. Y'all don't know he was the most slept on piece of that championship for San Antonio against Miami Heat. All right, with LeBron, D Wade, Bosh, all them. You saying? So, and that's after they really could have went back to back against them.
Definitely.
If Ray Allen was gonna hit that shot. So you gotta think about that, man. Give credit where credit's due. And shout out Michael Beasley for saying that shit because me and my cousin been saying that shit since the fucking shit happened, bro.
When that series was going on, it's like, yo, bro, are you watching, bro?
Hey, yo, Diaw really working.
Nah. These dudes be balling, but hold on, did you not see that pass though?
Bro, me and you used to go run twos when we was running twos. Spurs offense, bro. Spurs offense.
Set the screen. Boom. Bounce pass. I got you.
We was running twos and getting everybody out of there.
That's it. Bro, like, it was just his IQ throughout the whole series. It was really like he was a mismatch and nobody knew how to figure him out.
Yep.
Because they didn't know what to expect from him. You know what I mean? They didn't expect him to go get you like a 12, 15, but then hit you with like 8 boards and 5 assists or something like that And the crazy thing is, you're sitting there questioning, how did he get 15? Because you don't see it when you're watching it. You don't see it, but then you go back and you're like, hold on, he went to the line twice.
Yeah, he kept backing. Oh, easy
So
layup.
that's 4 right here. Then he did hit a 3. Matter of fact, he hit 2 of them.
Timely too.
Right. Matter of fact, he hit like 3 of them bitches. So that's what he got 12 now. Then we did fuck, bro. You know what I'm saying? You start adding this shit up. You like, damn, nah, he really got 15 on me.
And that's why in Primo Sports, we recognize shit like that. And we're gonna have for next season, we're gonna give out Boris Diaw awards.
Boris Diaw.
This is going to the role players that exceed their roles. You know what I mean? And if we're gonna give one out, if I'm gonna give one out right now for the shit that just happened, even though he lost, TJ McConnell.
Off rip.
TJ McConnell is the first receiver of the Boris Diaw award. And I will. It don't matter. The shit's over. All that, we still giving flowers, man. It's just.
You get that, bro. And I'm telling you, if he don't get an extension,
Oh yeah.
somebody better come and pick this man up, bro. Or if he's not already under contract, you know, he's still there for however long. But if he doesn't get an extension, or if somebody doesn't pick that man up, bro, you are sleeping. You are sleeping because he's gonna get you that 12. He's gonna play 100%, and he's gonna be the annoying player on the court, bro. He's gonna be the dude that's gonna trap. You know what I'm saying? Be in the way, take the dumb charge, go hustle for the ball. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be the one to uplift your team.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He's gonna hit that random little shot that's gonna uplift your team and give your team that motivation, bro.
Off the bench.
Off the bench, bro. He's never. Bro, you gotta love players like that. You have to. Because they know their role. And they're gonna fucking exceed that role.
Yeah. So, we need a recap on this. What is your overall thoughts on the trades? Who do you see being a contender in the West, contender in the East?
Well, I think the contenders in the East, I think, off
Even though I know we basically discussed it, but I kind of just want a recap of the episode that we just went through. You know what I mean? Just give me your thoughts on, who won the trades, who lost in trades, and who didn't. Who do you think didn't make enough moves?
Didn't make. Well, I think the Rockets did pretty good with their trades. I don't know what Atlanta's doing. Cause
They got Porzingis.
They did get, but I don't see how long that's gonna last.
Right.
But it might work for Trey. You know what I mean? Could work for Trey. But as far as like the top teams in the East, I could definitely see the Knicks, the Cavs, the Magic right now, the Pistons off rip up like my 4.
Yeah, you could just keep it 4. You could keep it 4.
Yeah, with the Rockets right now, I think what the Rockets did, they made great moves.
Yeah.
Let's see. Denver. I think Denver's gonna be pretty good. I think I'm gonna go get Bruce Brown. Bone help them.
Bruce Brown.
Yeah. They just have to figure out their coach situation. So I think they did pretty well. It's hard to say about the Lakers. Like I said, I'm not really sold on the Ayton pickup. Don't know about the Braun situation. They're still going through their situation with that. But as far as who's the biggest winners, biggest losers, I think the teams that made moves, they made the moves that they needed to make. I don't think there was really anything for me that stood out the most. Only the KD thing to the Rockets really.
Yeah, so you say Rockets. Yeah, Rockets won.
Yeah, I would say that.
Cleveland.
Cleveland
won. I would say they won. I would give them a win.
I give them a win. I say the Knicks came up too. I think I would say for the Knicks as well with Mike Brown. I think that was as far as coaching goes, man. I think that was a solid pickup.
Yeah.
With Clarkson too, like because you guys didn't really give up anything. No. You know what I'm saying? You still got your core. You know what I mean? You still have a good core.
I would say Bucks probably. You would say Bucks took the L, probably the biggest
They
L
took
as far as
big
the
L,
free agency
bro. Like
goes.
they leaning because they just straight wave them.
Yeah,
So I mean, for them to waive them, and you're gonna still be paying them like
they ain't already.
113.
They really stirring the pot with Giannis, man. He doesn't seem too happy about what's going on.
Yeah,
So
and you guys didn't pick up anybody noteworthy as far as draft goes. I'm pretty sure Giannis doesn't even want to play with any rookie right now at this point in his
right,
career.
you already got rid of Chris Middleton last year for fucking
All in all, I think
Kuzma.
overall
I think Bucks are kind of falling apart.
though, yeah, no, they are.
Yeah.
I agree. Overall though, I think the NBA is going to be in a good place for next season.
Yeah, man. Need people to heal up, come back. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yes,
For sure, for sure.
you know, JT, we wish you my boy get well, JB get well. I know you had that little light surgery on your knee, getting well, so you should be back beginning of the season with JT. Don't force it. I don't want you to try to force it. With his Achilles, you don't need to.
Yeah, he's still young. He's good.
Still young, but don't try to force your way back. Keep working hard on the way, and but yeah, the NBA is gonna be exciting next year. We might even have a new champion.
Yep. And we gotta see who's gonna get them Boris Diaw awards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I gotta get like a little trophy made.
Yeah, we gonna do a lot, man. Listen, a lot of shit's coming, man. This is just this is the beginning of Primo Sports. You know what I'm saying, we ain't even 10 episodes in. This is episode 7. So by the time we at episode 20 ish, something like that, it's just gonna be a whole different setup. You know what I mean? So
even tap into football.
yeah, wait till football season starts.
Pops up because this is even in football right now. Shit's been
Yeah,
wild,
shit's been
interesting,
insane.
bro.
So
Shit's been wild, interesting. You know what I mean? So we gonna see what happens with that.
yeah, man. But hey, look, man, another great episode. WF, man. We coming through every week, man. We not falling back. We not going nowhere. We don't care. This shit get 1 view, we don't care. We coming back every week. We dropping content, man. This is what we love to do. We love talking sports. So we appreciate everybody on TikTok that went and joined us. Just a little information for y'all too, man. TikTok is never a thing where we're ignoring y'all. We're just really locked in on what we're recording on here to make the content as professional as possible, especially with the now that we have the mics. The mics are running through the laptop. We're running on OBS. We're starting to do shit. You know what I mean? So
Little by little.
just stick with us, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. We need more subs. Make sure y'all go to the link in my bio, Primo Sports. We got some shorts on there. I'm putting out content. We putting out content every week. I'm putting out shorts. You know what I mean? We outside with this shit. So like I said, thank you again for showing love and coming through. Lex, anything you want to say? Any parting words for this episode?
Nah, just keep tapping into the lives, keep tapping into the YouTube, showing love. We love all the support. You know what I'm saying? Any comments that you guys want to make sure you leave those too. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, we appreciate y'all spending y'all Saturdays with us. And hopefully we see y'all again next week.
All right, man. That's a wrap, man. Love y'all. Peace.